Okay, so are you all able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. The screen is perfectly visible.
Great, great. Good evening to one and all. It's my pleasure to address this gathering here this evening. Um, Thank you, medical mentors, for giving us this opportunity to address to your community and your registered students who you've been supporting over the last couple of years. My name is Asghar. I'm part of the Manipal family for the last 12 plus years now, and worked with the Manipal Health and now with the Manipal Education Services. Today we are very specifically talking with regard to our campus of Manipal, Malaysia, which is now Manipal University College Malaysia. In fact, we're just celebrating 25 years of our presence in Malaysia, the medical campus. So it gives me a great pleasure to give you a tour in the history and a pathway of students who are aspiring to become, doctors, not only in India, but we're giving you a global perspective of what life is for an MBBS graduate in India as well as outside of India. Right, so this is the small agenda that we're going to talk about. We'll speak about the Manipal legacy, the MUCM pattern of the program that we do, a small, very 30-second demo of the campus, and then what is life in Malaysia and Malacca. Malacca is a city where we have our campus in. And we'll also give you a few snippets of what it is for us in terms of the pathway that we have created from Malaysia to UK to US for you to become a specialist as well, right? Right. So the journey started for Manipal in the year 1953 in a small town in Udupi, Manipal, where the first private medical college of India was started. And it was called Kasturba Medical College. I'm sure all of you are aware of KMC. That was the humble beginning that we had in India. And today we are very proud to say we have about 5 campuses in India. Within India, we have campuses in Mangalore, Manipal, Jamshedpur, Sikkim, Jaipur, and Bangalore as well. Post the Indian ecosystem of launching universities, we also have ventured into various other countries where we've been invited by various governments to set up institutions. So one of our first private medical colleges of Nepal was started by Manipal in Pokhara. We also started a medical campus in Malaysia, which we will talk more in details. We also have campuses in Dubai and Antigua. So this is our geography of our presence here across the globe today. We are also now an institution of eminence in India, that means we are the highest rated private university in India. Right, the journey of Malaysia, as I told you, it's one of the oldest and most established private medical colleges and dental colleges in Malaysia. As I told you, we have just completed 25 years in Malaysia. The Manipal University College Malaysia started in 1997. It is located in a multicultural city of Malacca, which is about 90 kilometers, 90 miles from Kuala Lumpur. It's about an hour and a half drive. We got upgraded to university status and previously known as Malacca Manipal Medical College, and we renamed it to Manipal University College Malaysia. We have globally experienced faculty who prepare not only for the medical programs, but we also assist you in various pathways for you to take up post your undergrad program as well. So we are very proud to say that we have 60% of our graduates are specialists, not only in Malaysia, but in countries like UK, US, and Australia. And we are also proud to say about our alumni. We have about close to 14,000 doctors in Malaysia alone who are practicing and registered doctors in Malaysia. Right. As I told you, we'll very quickly show you a campus tour before we get into the technical aspects of the program. That was a small campus tour. So coming into the technical aspects of the program, we have 1,000-bedded hospital tie-up. It's a government hospital for clinical training. We have what we call a future-ready skill development program, which is your last semester. We call it the shadow housemanship, which is basically an internship before you actually get into the full-time internship. We'll talk more in detail. As I told you, we already have about 10,000 plus alumni in Malaysia alone in the healthcare sector in Malaysia. World-class campus is basically a 100+ acre campus that we have, which is state-of-the-art in terms of the medical facilities as well as the labs, and of course the hostel and other sports facilities, which are world-class in nature. The program is a full 5-year program in Malaysia. We have 2 intakes in a year. So basically, we have the October intake, which is now ongoing, which we will be closing the admissions very, very soon. And the next intake would be in April. So we have 2 intakes. So predominantly, the April intake is for one, of course, for a lot of other students from other international countries who who clear the A-level examinations or the Cambridge examinations and come in during the April intake, and of course some local students as well who finished what they call an SPM or their 11th and 12th examinations. And of course, we also take in a lot of Indian students who are not making it to the cut of their Indian ecosystem. So here is an opportunity for you to also look upon our intake in April, right? So basically, we follow the same Indian curriculum. It's the same ecosystem that we follow in Manipal, Malaysia. So you have the split into 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. In the phase 1, we have the preclinical, which also includes the theory subjects and cadaver dissections. These are the subjects that are covered in the phase 1. So basically, in a year, you have 2 semesters. So you have 10 semesters over 5 years. So each year has 2 semesters, right? So in phase 1, which is your semester 1 to semester 4, that is your first 2 years, is what we call the preclinical, and these are the subjects that are going to be covered. Then, of course, you have the clinical observational, clinical implemental, and the shadow housemanships. As I told you, the shadow houseman is something very unique, which we'll talk a little more in detail in my next coming slides. This is the phase 2. These are the subjects that are covered in the clinical. So basically, as I told you, we already have a 1,000-bedded hospital that we have tied up with. So you would go to your hospital from year 3 onwards, where you would be spending half a day in the hospital and then half a day on campus to do your other subjects. So this is the subjects that are coming. As I told you, we follow the same Indian curriculum, except for the last semester, which is your housemanship, which I am going to be talking. So basically, what is an internship? We call it the housemanship. So basically, in semester 10, that is 6 months of your last semester, which is the 5th year, we call it a shadow husbandship. Basically, you are working under a house officer or a senior doctor or a senior trainee in the government hospital, and you're doing 6 core rotations. Basically, the 6 departments that you will spend 1 month in each. And you're part of the entire process. You're not just a spectator. You're part of the ecosystem. So if you're in the critical care, you're part of the critical care team. If you're in the gynecology department, you would be part of the gynecology team. So you're not just a spectator there. You're part of the entire system. So what is it? What is the objective for this? Is basically provides a deeper understanding of the requirement of an internship. Post this, you get into the actual internship. So you are actually already prepared of how a night shift works, or how a long shift works, or how an OPD works, how what is required for you to do in different scenarios, which are actually live scenarios that you go through. So it provides a greater opportunity to perform and participate in procedures on patients. So if you're in the gynecology department, if a delivery happens, you're part of the ecosystem. If you're in the critical care, if you have some patients come with a cardiac arrest or a sunstroke or in an accident, with a broken arm, what else? So you are part of all those procedures. So it basically prepares you, it gives you confidence and upbrings your skills and abilities to be able to perform the actual program when you actually get into the internship. That's the reason there's a difference of class above, a difference when you are actually already known and aware, and the acceptance in the medical field within the medical community becomes much better for you when you're actually going through the internships. So this is about the program. So once you complete the 5 years, of course, within the ecosystem, there are various pathways that we have created. We have a tie-up with a company called ABMA, who gives you a 100% guarantee of getting an internship in the UK post your completion of 5 years. Of course, for that, you need to prepare for PLAB. Similarly, for USMLE, there's an agency that we have tied up who would prepare you for step 1 and step 2 and step 3 for Canada, for Australia, and also for the Indian ecosystem of next. So just to give you a dynamics for now, how the medical education system works, which I'm sure all of you are aware of, but it's good for me to reiterate it to you, is that the world is open now when it comes to you wanting to become a practicing doctor, because each country has its own examinations for you to become a practicing doctor. So this degree comes under the WHO, which is the World Health Directory. So the degree is valid across the world. For you to become a practicing doctor is where you need to get a license. Now, for example, in the Indian ecosystem, I'm sure you're all aware of the new NMC guidelines that are effective 2023, all of you have to write the next exam, which is called the National Exit Test. So that there are 2 steps for that. Step 1 is for you to get an internship post your 4.5 years of education. And step 2 is for you to, post you clearing that examination, you get the internship, complete the internship, and then at the end of the internship, you write the step 2 examination. So both examinations are critical. Without passing each one of them, there is no progression for you. And also for a fact that there is no more NEET PG examination. I'm sure Vikram has also briefed you on the same. The new dynamics is that your score of your step 1 and step 2 defines your post-graduation department as well as your rank, right? So here is a pathway that you can progress from Malaysia to the UK or to the US with a guaranteed internship, provided, of course, all of you clear those examinations. That is the same thing which is applicable for you in India as well now. There is no guarantee that you will get an internship in any institution unless you clear the next examination. It's the same progression that is there, but just that the world is open to you, right? So here is a product which gives you best of both worlds. So you follow the Indian curriculum. 50% of the faculty comes from India, from the top universities, from KMC, from JIPMA, from St. John, from AIMS, from JR, from AMU, from Eligibility University. So we have professors from, of course, 50% comes from India, and of course the global professors as well. So this is the details with regard to the pathway. This is some of the facilities that we have. As I told you, we are unique. We also have our own cadavers. So you have a proper cadaver dissection lab. You have the clinical.
Sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is basically, some people are complaining. So the voice is very poor. So I want to know from only for 2, 3 people it is there, or for all the people. So can you just type in chat box if sir's voice is very, very clear? Can you just some 8, 10 people type in chat box so we'll know?
So am I not audible? Am I audible to you, Vikram?
Yes, sir. It is audible to me, sir, but slightly the sound is basically not very. So either any headphone or I think it is fine.
Okay.
It is mixed opinion. Someone is saying not clear. Someone is saying it is clear.
Okay.
Fine, sir. And we can continue. I think it is.
Okay, I'll try and speak a little louder because I've had a long day.
Yes. Even I had the same long day.
I've also just come back from Malaysia. So weather change and from 45, 40 degrees and suddenly from very humid weather to a nice cold Bangalore weather. So maybe a little. So I'll try
to be a bit louder, sir. So
my voice a little more.
Yes.
So this is basically the state-of-the-art clinical, preclinical facilities that we have. As I told you, we've got cadavers, we've got cadavers have been exported. It's if you see the pictures there, we also have $1 million robot which is there, which is for clinical skill labs, where you actually go to various stimulations on live basis on the stimulator that is there. We have the anatomic table, we have the cadavers, we have all the facilities, the computer labs. So it's a state-of-the-art facility that is there for you. This is again our sports facilities. We have a gymnasium, we have swimming pools, we have a sauna room, squash courts, badminton courts. Then we have aerobics room, basketball, netball, long tennis courts, mini golf, volleyball courts, all of them on campus. Our hostels are all within the campus, and all the rooms are all single rooms. So there's no sharing of rooms concept itself. So each and every student gets a single room with an attached toilet, with air conditioning and Wi-Fi. We have got the state-of-art food facilities on campus. It's a proper cafeteria. So you basically pay for what you eat. There is no fixed menu. They have a range of about 25, 30 items on a daily basis. You choose what you want and you pay for what you eat. We have multiple options for food as well. We have Indian food, we have veg, non-veg, Malaysian food, Chinese food, continental food. We also have a snack counter, evening snack thing. We have also a tuck shop. We have vending machines. So food is available. In terms of safety and facilities, all the hostels are within the campus. It's all biometric. There are gates, there are guards. It's all with cameras. And it's one of the most beautiful campuses that will come across. It's a resort style ecosystem that we have. Malaysia as a country itself is very, very safe. We'll talk about more details on Malaysia. So why study abroad? And I think this is one of the requests that Vikram wanted me to focus upon, and what is it there for you, outside in the outside world. And this product is very, very unique, and I'm not going to compare myself with the likes of the Ukraines of the world, or Philippines of the world, Russias of the world, or Poland's of the world, or there's so many countries, Bangladesh, a lot of countries people are going now, and you've seen what has happened to some of them who not been able to make it back, and we've had issues with Ukraine, we've had issues with Russia. So I'm not comparing them. I'm sure they have their own unique propositions to offer. This is the reality is this is the product from Manipal. So Manipal is an Indian ecosystem which is a pioneer in medical education. It's the same ecosystem that is followed for you. The location is different, right? So I'm not doing any comparisons. I'm not trying to downgrade anybody or upgrade myself here. I will give you actual truths of what we deliver. That's the reason I kept repeating that this is best of both worlds. Indian curriculum, 50% faculty comes from India. Ecosystem is different. The pathways that we have created is multiple and threefold. The infrastructure is the best. So what are we talking about? So all of you know that we have about 25,000 to 30,000 students who are going abroad to study every year, right? And there is a huge competition in terms of our own seat system that we have here. I mean, I'm sure Vikram has much more in-depth knowledge, and I've learned a lot of things from him. You have what, 9 lakh students who have passed the examination this year,
Yes,
Vikram,
sir. Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
you're talking about 95,000 seats, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Technically, so in that 45,000 seats are given to people who are under government category and who have scored well in NEET. So you're left with technically about 40,000 seats for students who are not made it for about 500 or 550 if you're not in any of the categories. And I'm sure, I know the fact that there are what 300 plus categories in the Indian ecosystem that we follow. Am I right? So,
Yes, sir.
so the dream of you becoming a doctor still continues with a brand like Manipal, which is so well known when it comes to this ecosystem of medical education, in a location which is not too far. You're 4 hours away from any major city that you see in India. It's a very safe country. We've never had any issues with regard to any turmoils, be it natural turmoils or be it political turmoils or anything else. We have a diverse and international curriculum, and we're also preparing you for global citizenships that you want to go to become global doctors, not only in India, but as I told you, in UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. We have a great clinical support system. If you see the beauty and why Manipal is so famous when it comes to its delivery, it's also the focus that we do on the clinical skill development that we do. Alumni Connect, as I told you, in Malaysia alone, we have 14,000 doctors. Across the globe, we have more than 100,000 doctors who are ready and you're part of the same Manipal family, who would not only support you and go out of the way when it comes to international placements, but also adopt you. So that's the major advantage that you have. The weather is very, very friendly. The cultures match. Indians are accepted for who they are. In fact, a big chunk of the population is Indian origin. So if you see the 3 major sects in Malaysia, is basically you have the Bhumiputras, the pure Malaysians. Then you have the Chinese Malaysians and the Indian Malaysians. So Indians are very, very highly respected and accepted there. Food and culture is not a problem. So we have all the major Indian festivals that are celebrated. Including Diwali. Diwali is one of the major festivals that is celebrated in Malaysia. They have about 3-4 days of holidays. And it is affordable, and the cost of living to the infrastructure that is available is fantastic. So this is one of the key factors that that we talk about, not trying to do a comparison as to why we are better or why we are not good. Why? So these are actual facts. Okay, this is something that we don't want to make you feel that we are trying to camouflage any of these are actual facts. Plus, as I told you, the fact that you're giving multiple options for you to go to various countries, and we're supporting you, handholding you till you reach your final destination. So that is something that we are promising you. Why study in Malaysia? I think we've already discussed that, but this is something that I want to show it in writing. It's a premier education hub that offers students in an international perspective, and it's also taken as a one-stop for people to migrate to Australia or to New Zealand or to UK. So it's you are in between the oceans there. World-class infrastructure, best faculties and clinical labs, 70 years of legacy and alumni connect of Manipal. It's Indians are very, very welcome there. There's a big homecoming that happens there, and then of course the global business hub. Malaysia is considered as a global business hub, and there's a lot of stability when it comes to the region itself, right? So what are the what is the admission process that we follow? is basically you need to first check with us on the qualification, which is you have to have a minimum of 70% in your physics, chemistry, biology in your 12th standard examination. And of course, you'll also have to have cleared the NEET examination. So these are the two basic parameters that we check. Once these parameters are checked by us, we will then give you a registration link. You fill up the application form. The application form costs you about $150. Once that application registration happens, then there is an interview process. Now, this interview process is not a technical interview. It's more of an understanding of why you want to become a doctor, the fitment into our education system, the fitment for you to go through the entire program or the journey of 5 years or 7 years with Manipal, and what are the things, and what have you done outside of your academics. We also want to understand the overall development, because we are one of the few medical colleges who 100% focus on the overall development for the individual in terms of, so we are highly focused on communication skills. We are highly focused. We have a Toastmasters club in the campus, which helps people to become good orators, good presenters. We also have a swimming club. We have a reading club. There's a social service department. We do a lot of NGO work. We go and do a lot of clinical. We do a lot of support for the community-based services there. So it's an overall development that we look. So we want to understand where the fitment is. We also understand people who come from various backgrounds, the fitment into the ecosystem of studying in an international setup, and also your peers that are going to be coming and studying with you. So there's a matching of those things that we look upon in the interview process. And once you clear that interview process is when you will have to accept the offer letter. And once the offer letter is accepted, then the visa process is taken care of. And of course, we have the fee structure. I mean, I think this is the most important factor. And I'm sure that you've attended various sessions of Vikram and Medical Mentor that gives you in detail costing of various institutions at various, deemed to be university category, government categories. I'm sure you have that, but this is the fee that we have for Indian students. The actual fee is about $145,000 US. We follow the same Kasturba Medical College fee structure for Indians in our global campuses as well. That means, so it is 73 lakhs in India under the deemed to be university category. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
Last
Yes.
year it was 65 lakhs. It went up by 7 lakhs. So we also had to go up with the same price. So this, the advantage is there's no bulk payment here. It's paid in 10 equal installments. There is no bulk payment. So for your child to reach Malaysia, you will have to pay the first semester fee, which is 7,25,000, refundable deposit of $1,000, which is about 80,000. Visa charges, which includes the insurance and everything else, and of course the 1 year of hostel fee. So these are the three payments that we do. There is a 5-year contract with the parents and the university on the pricing, that there won't be changes in the pricing, and there is no other hidden cost when it comes to the university cost. So when it comes to the food, as I told you, you have to pay for what you eat. Tentatively, we say that 10,000 rupees a month is what is more than sufficient for you to survive in Malaysia. Maybe initially 1 or 2 months, the cost might be higher till you settle down and get used to the system. Otherwise, 10,000 rupees in a month is more than sufficient. So that's another additional 2 lakhs per year. That is your hostel and food is what would cost you. So overall, the package, if you have to add it, it would work on around 85 lakhs for 5 years, is what we have to offer you. Right? Right. So as I think we've already discussed on the eligibility criteria, as I told you, 70% in the PCB scores, NEET qualified, minimum age of 18 years, fee of 9,700, per semester duration is 10 semesters. What are the documents required for us to do your checks? This is what we are, right? Okay, so now I think
one doubt,
over to
basically,
you. I think
yes, one doubt was there. For example, if someone is NEET eligible according to the OBC category, so there are two different cutoffs. For general category, we have the different cutoff, which is higher one, and for OBC, it is lower cutoff. So someone need to be qualified according to general category cutoff only, or if someone is
so
having
basically,
OBC,
as long as you're qualified, see, nobody knows what category in Malaysia. They will not know your category, right? So we'll follow the same Indian ecosystem. So if you're an OBC category, you're an OBC category, we'll accept you. So you have to be qualified as per the Indian ecosystem. So if you fall under the OBC category, then I think the score is 98 or 100 that is required.
yes.
And I think general category is 117.
Yes.
So we follow the same. So, yeah.
Okay. So what we will do, so we will take some live Q&A from the audience, and before that, even I would like to put some questions. Basically, just generally what all when we interact with the parents and students, they have some common queries. So so we would like to understand. Basically, we have an international pathway from Malaysia to the UK and US. Basically, so how that works. Basically, what kind of support we can expect from the Manipal, and how, in which year it start basically, and then how the coaching system is, and so how, if someone wants to understand that in details, then can you shed light on that?
So basically, I gave a comparison of the new NMC guidelines. If you see, the new gazette of NMC came in November, and all my students who have gone before that follow the same old ecosystem. What was the old ecosystem? Is that they do 5 years of education in Manipal, Malaysia. They come back to India, they clear the next examination, and the government would provide the internship of 1 year. Okay, and if they are not able to get an internship by the government, the university, if they have their own campuses, 7.5% of the seat capacity can be allocated for their foreign students. So I have 4 campuses in India, and I have about 800 seats. So 7.5% of that is close to about 70 seats, right? So we take only 70 students from India, right? So that's how the system works. In November, there's a new gazette that came that you will have to do 1 year of internship in that country, and then come back and write the next examination, and then the same process follows. We're following the same process. Now, at the moment, we are trying with the Malaysian government to provide us with a 1 year internship, because the internship is in Malaysia is 2 years.
2 years.
As compared to what our requirement of 1 year is. So the government of Malaysia has heard us, and they've said that we will document it, and we will be able to provide that in a private institution. And that is work in progress currently. This is the India pathway. With regard to the pathway to UK or US, the UK pathway, we have an agency which is based in Manchester. So the PLAB, basically the origination of the PLAB examination happens in Manchester. I'm sure you're aware of this. So we have an agency called ABMA, Allied Bachelor, and it's a program. So there's a doctor called Dr. Zubair Ahmed, who's been associated with Manipal for the last 20 years. So we have an MOU with him, where he will prepare you from year 4 for you to clear the PLAB examination. The PLAB step 1 happens after completion of the 5 years. That means you will get a degree. So the advantage with, again, Manipal Malaysia is at the end of 5 years, you get an MBBS degree, right? So your degree is valid across the world. Whereas unlike in India, till you don't do your internship, you don't get your degree. You don't clear your next 1 and next 2. Here you have cleared your examination, you have a degree. For you to become a practicing doctor is when you have to write these examinations. So ABMA will then prepare you for this examination. They will take care of all your documentation, your letter, your visa service, your IELTS, your stay, your hostel, your picking up food, and of course the preparation in terms of both for the PLAB 1 test and for the PLAB 2. So once you finish the PLAB 1, you come into the UK. You come into the UK, you write your PLAB 1, you clear it, and it's called a job. We call it internship. It's basically a 2-year internship, which is a paid internship. So you are getting paid about 3,000.
It is 2 years internship in UK.
Yes, 2 years. Then you get paid per month around 3,000 pounds, which can go up to 5,000 pounds also if you're actually working like a locum. It's called a locum, wherein you are also working overtime, or in case you're fitting in for somebody else, right? If I'm not able to do my night shift today, so you're working on my behalf. So there's an extra payout that goes to. So that's the range that we have. And then you do your lab 2, you become a licensed general practitioner. So you are any nature working in an NHS hospital, which is the National Healthcare Services of UK, and you become a practicing GP, right? While that is happening, you're working. You are also preparing for you to become a specialist. There are about 6-7 steps for you to become a specialist in UK. You don't have to get associated with the university. So you prepare for the examination. Step 1, for example, you pay the tuition fee or the examination fee. You want to take tutorial classes or tuition classes. This agency called, as I told you, will prepare you till you become a specialist. So they will handhold you till you become a specialist. Now it is left to the individual what kind of services they want to take of this agency, but they are giving you 100% guarantee of making you, a registered doctor in UK and get you the internship of 2 years. So that is the pathway for the UK. Similarly, for US.
So, sir, just wanted to ask. So, this preparation for the step 1, step 1, which year they can student start, right?
So they start from year 4.
Year 4, you can start.
Yeah,
okay.
Year 4. Yeah. So
step
there's
1,
option for them to do it like we can start it. So they come and spend 15 days in Malaysia. They fly down from UK. Like for my batch, they're coming down in December now for the next year's batch. They spend 15 days. There's a 6 weeks training for them. So on the weekends, so 6 weeks they'll do the program on a face-to-face basis. If they want to prepare before itself, they have both online and offline versions available. So they have different packages for that. Okay. So the cost for that varies from about 4 lakh rupees going up to about 8 lakh rupees, right? Okay. And there's a 100% guarantee. But as I told you, everybody has to pass it. It's the same thing in next. Now, even if you study in my own Kasturba Medical College or St. John's or MS Ramaya or NIMS or whichever, if you don't clear the next step 1, there is no way you will get an internship. Correct? Am I right or wrong, Vikram?
Right,
sir. Same. You have to pass that exam. You pass that examination to move on. So that's the same ecosystem. We are guaranteeing you that there is somebody who will handle you. University has an MOU, which will handle you for sure. They will start preparing you. So you have to, ensure you follow what is being told by us. That's the ecosystem. Similarly, for US, there's an agency called Kaplan and another agency which is there for step 2. So the step 1 happens in year 3. That means you have to start preparing for it from year 2 itself, right? So that examination happens in Malaysia itself. You don't have to go anywhere else. So they have an examination there itself. And then you clear the step 1, and your step 2 happens in the US itself. Then you have to have clinicals. And then step 3 happens in the US itself after your rotations and clinicals in year 7. So that's the ecosystem.
So third year, we have the step 1. And
step 1 is in year 3.
Yeah. So step 2 will be step 1 is
after
in 3
5
years.
After you get your MBBS degree.
Okay. So that is where and what about internship will be in US basically? That
in
is what
US.
after
So we have about 40 states. We have tie-ups with various hospitals there. And of course, the cost is very variant from each state. If you see the cost that we have for the US studies, it's much more on the expensive side, because you also have to pay for the hospitals for you to get the clinical rotations. Unlike in the UK, where you earn money, in the US you have to pay some of them to get your clinical rotation as well. That's the
okay. So you get the money as a stipend, but US you need to spend the money for getting the internship technically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so there's a separate agency for the UK preparation and there's a separate agency Kaplan called.
So similarly, we have for Australia. We have a tie-up with Australia. A lot of our students who have gone to Australia, they have settled down there. So we have agencies there also. In October, we have our agency who's coming down from Australia to address our students. So Australia has really opened up. There's a lot of demand for sports medicine now. Like I keep saying, this is also becoming like engineers. Suddenly there's a demand for artificial intelligence and AI and digital and all the stuff. So similarly, I think the medical ecosystem is also now trying to get into that. So my current phase is for you to become a sports medicine is something. So Australia is
The sports
promoting
medicine,
that.
we are surprised we have hardly 6 to 7 seats in India, sir. In sports medicine, we have hardly 6 to 7 seats. So
Exactly.
yeah, so very few seats, and only 6 to 7 seats in such a big India, basically. So
So
we
now
have only one deemed college, Ramachandra, which is having sport medicine, and 3, 4 government colleges, and by the upcoming branch.
Yeah. So basically, there's a part. You see, here the race is very difficult. I mean, I'm not saying it's difficult, but difficult in terms of numbers. For the PG seats, I think currently you have 30,000 seats. Vikram, for PG in India.
PG, sir, approximately clinical, non-clinical, all including 40,000 seats.
40,000 seats, correct? And we have about 3 lakh students who write 3 lakh doctors who write that exam.
Yeah, to approximately 2 lakhs every year.
Yeah, 2 lakhs. So that's the gap. So so please understand, by the time you finish your graduation, even if the seats are increased, I don't think they'll increase more than 1,000 seats, right? They'll add 2, 3 seats or 5 seats maximum per university. And if you see 600 seats, 600 into 5 is what, 350 seats, technically speaking. So I'm assuming 500 seats get added in the next 5 years. You still have, say, 50,000, 45, 41,000 or 42,000 seats. But that 2 lakh can become 3 lakh, or 3 lakh can, or maybe more people writing those examinations. And please be aware that your next score is what is going to be counted, your step 1 and step 2. I'm sure all of you are aware that next is basically, step 1 is basically for what you studied in the last 4.5 years is what you're going to get questioned upon in a two-day examination. And your step 2 is basically what have you learned in your internship, right? And it has an interview process as well, is what I've been told, right? Yes. So it's the same ecosystem. You want quality, and here you're getting quality in both aspects.
Yes, sir. So we'll take some questions from the parents now. Basically.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I'll allow Parbamani MP. Parbamani MP, you can ask you or raise your. You can unmute yourself. Parbamani MP. So you can unmute. You can stop sharing the screen, so we'll be able to see the bigger screen. Or
sure.
Anjana Vidvyasa. Anjana Vidvyasa, you can unmute yourself.
See, as far as admission age limit in India is concerned, minimum age is 17 years, whereas he has told it is 18 years, which is 18 years is compulsory in Malaysia.
Yes, sir, it is compulsory, sir. So at the time of you joining the program, you have to be 18.
Because in India it is 17 years.
In India also there is a change, sir. If I'm not mistaken, Vikram.
No, it is 17.
17. For NEET, it is 17 years, sir.
NEET, but then for you to join the medical program, I think there is some change.
No. So NEET, you can write the NEET if you're age of 17 years and you are eligible. So, but so this 18 years at the time of joining our program, it is 18 years, sir?
Yeah.
So maybe this is, since we are going to the abroad country, so we need to be adult in that category. That is the reason, right?
Yeah. This is coming to effect this year only.
Okay. I hope your question is answered, sir, right?
Yes.
So I'll ask Mr. Nagendra Singh. You can unmute yourself. Or Ayan Ahmed, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi. I just had one clarification. Now, this minimum cutoff is 70% for 12th. So whether it is UC or CBSE, if the student is scored about 68 or 67, still will he be eligible or no?
No, it is 70%.
Minimum 70%.
Yeah, I've had cases of 69.67 also that we have not taken. 70%. Okay. 70% and above.
So Malaysia, it is very clear, sir. How in India we have the PCB 50%. Without that, you cannot take the admission in medical college in India for the general category, and 45% for the OBC, SC, ST. Same way, Malaysia follow the 70%. So if it is not 70%, then we are not eligible. We cannot even apply.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'll allow Mr. Aryan.
Hello, I'm Aryan.
Yes,
so I'm someone who wants to pursue my career outside of India, and I intend to give the USMLE later. So looking at the fee structure and the facilities to be very similar between a deemed college and Manipal, Malaysia, what defining value do I derive from Manipal, Malaysia in comparison to other deemed colleges?
I mean, defining in what context? I mean, you're talking about in terms of the faculty or the facilities. What is it that you want to know?
In general, as in opportunities for the future.
Comparison basically. So if I'm taking admission in a deemed college and if I'm taking admission taking that Manipal, Malaysia. So
one is, of course, see, the deemed category, you have about 165 colleges, right? And it also depends on the city that you're going to. So that is a differentiator between a city, a tier 2 city in India versus Malaysia as a country is far superior when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to the facilities, when it comes to the global, you're getting a global exposure. And when you're already prepared to go to the US, so this actually gives you a much stronger understanding of how international destination works in that sense. Plus the fact that you still have the best of facilities, what you're getting in India in terms of the teaching faculty. They are all from India. 50% of them are from India. The career section. So it gives you a global perspective from your year one of your education itself, which you would probably not get in any other deemed university in India. And also for the fact that you're also going to be sitting with not only with Indians, but other nationalities in the same class. And so it gives you a perspective of getting to work and understand various other languages, people, their practices in both in terms of the personal life as well as the clinical aspects. So that gives you a global perspective, which you will not get in any other team university.
Right. Thank you so much.
Right. So I'll allow Mr. The Chaitanya HK. Chaitanya HK, you can unmute yourself. Or Mr. Manish Jani.
Hello.
Yes, Chaitanya. Hi.
Am I audible?
Yes, Chaitanya.
Yeah, and my doubt is after you told about the UK going for internship in UK, that's like the job thing. After I clear PLAB 1 and finish my internship, can I come back to India and practice?
See, at the moment, as of today, the NMC guidelines is not clear on that. So that's the reason you have to become a specialist before you come back to India. And hopefully that dynamics will change in the next 6 months to, I'm saying maximum of 6 months, where you would be allowed to come back to do your internship in India directly, or do your 1 year of internship in Malaysia and do your second internship, your second year of internship in India itself. So currently, if you ask me today, it's not possible. You will have
no, like my doubt is I finish my internship like abroad, that is UK. I finish my internship. I don't want to write PLAB 2. Okay. So after PLAB 1, can I come back? Is my doubt.
So that's what I'm saying. At this point of time, no. You have to become a specialist at this point of time.
Okay. Thank
you. That will change with the new, as I told you, this gazette has come only in November. We are working with both the Indian government as well as the Malaysian government to give us understanding for Indian students to come back. So work in progress on that, which we are promising, which should be in our favor very, very soon. But at this point of time, if you ask me, it's a no.
Okay, and also like when is the last date to get admitted to Milankam?
In the Malaysia?
Yeah.
So have you already finished your 12th and finished your NEET?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so you are looking at the October intake or the April intake?
Sorry?
Are you looking at the October intake or the April intake?
I want to wait for the counseling. I want to wait for the counseling to end, like the Indian rounds, and then look at that.
Yeah, so you then
Then
have to come.
Then in that case, the April intake will be there.
Then you'll have to come only.
Okay.
You can't come now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Chaitanya? Thank you. Mr. Manish Jani?
Yeah, sir. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
My
yes,
question
ma'am.
my question was similar to one what she has asked. In fact, I wanted to understand post completing the MBBS and the internship, she can't pursue the PG in India, correct? Can she pursue PG in India?
So that at this juncture today, if you ask me, it's a no. That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
no.
So
Okay, got it.
it's a
Got
no.
it.
Currently, it's
So
no. The pathway
she
is
has
for you to become a specialist in that country.
okay,
And
super
and
specialist.
hopefully the dynamics will change in the next 1 month or
Okay.
6 months. And then
Okay.
you come back and you follow the same, which my students are already following, who have taken admission last year and in last year. Because this changes has just come about, as I told you, the gazette has come up only in November.
Okay, so she has to do the MD and then super specialist, and then only she can come.
No, just the specialist.
Okay.
Just MDMS, then
MDMS. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
even
So after
Malaysia, even Manipal is working on this to, for example, this NMC has given one new notification, gazette notification where they said ki any student who's going to the abroad country, they need to do the 1 year of internship in that country, and after that they need to come back to again to the India and do the 1 year internship. So
okay.
as of now, the Malaysia is not having 1 year of internship in this country, but we are already working on this. Manipal team is already working on this, and very soon will be, as sir said, we'll be getting the permission from Malaysian government to conduct 1 year of internship in Malaysia. So
Okay.
if that is happening, in that case, there is no issue. You can do the 1 year internship in Malaysia, and you can
Okay.
always
Come
come
back.
back to India, and you can write your next one exam, and you can continue in India with your PG.
Oh,
Absolutely.
got it. Got
Absolutely.
it. Understood.
That's how the
Understood.
system is. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Clear. It is more clear now.
So there is no
Perfect.
ambiguity when it comes to Manipal, sir. Everything would be given to you in writing. There is nothing that goes just on the verbal thing. Everything would be documented and given to you. So that much assurance for 70 years of legacy of Manipal is assured to you.
I know. Sir. And you must be having this MDMS programs as well in Manipal as of now, or how is it?
We have, so that's the whole dynamic. That's the reason we have now, we just got the university status. We started with the allied science programs this year. We're starting with the PG programs also from next year.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Thanks. That's it.
I'll take Aislinn Jennifer.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I'm Ashlyn Jennifer's mother. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I want to know about the internship. I have not got clear information about this internship. Can I get it in?
Ma'am, we just explained it. I'll explain that again for you.
Yeah.
Basically, they do 5 years of education currently with Manipal Malaysia.
Okay.
Right? And the internship for them, instead of writing the next examination, they have to write the PLAB examination and they get the internship in UK. There's a 100% guarantee in that. That is option one. Option two is, in case we are able to, we are 100% sure of that the internship would be provided for 1 year in Malaysia. Then they have to come back to India, write the next step one, then do an internship in India, and then write the next 2 examinations. So both options will be available. Currently, the option is the UK pathway.
Okay, sir.
For further information, you can connect with medical mentor team. We will explain you in detail.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
We'll take Shreya K. Yeah. Shreya, you need to unmute yourself. Shreya K. Yeah.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes.
So my doubt is, after I come back studying MBBS from abroad, let it be any country, will I have to write any exam just to practice in India?
So Shreya, whether you study in India, in Bangalore, or whether you study in any part of the world, all of you also have to write the next examination. Earlier, it was only for foreign students. Now it is same for all, whether you study in AIMS or whether you study in Malaysia or any other country. For you to be able to practice in India, you have to write the next step 1 and step 2.
Okay, so another question. If they start taking intake in April, when will the classes start?
April.
April.
April only. Then if they start take intake in October, then when will it start? April only.
October.
October.
So is there like two batches or something?
It's two separate batches. Yes.
Two separate batches.
Okay, okay. So thank you.
So there are two separate batches. October intake is going to happen in next month. Those who want to take the admission now, those who do not want to wait for the Indian counseling, they're sure they want to go for this program. They can apply immediately, and we can you can next month you can go to the Malaysia and you can start your college. That is option number one. And those who are waiting for the Indian counseling to get over, in that case, even they can apply at this point of time. They can pay the application fees and they can join the October batch. So there are two separate batches, two separate intake basically.
Absolutely.
Is it the same in every other country or is it only in Malaysia? Like the
Each country
like the
has its own
MBBS
dynamics, Shreya. Malaysia follows two intakes.
Okay, so thank you. Sir.
Welcome.
I'll take one more and then Povana Milton.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes. Hi.
Mona.
I would like to know the eligibility criteria for the admissions, especially the 70%. For which subjects is it? Is it overall for second?
No, it is for physics, chemistry, and biology.
Physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So just wanted to basically say, we have been, last year also we had almost 12 students, those who have gone to the Manipal Malaysia from the medical mentor team, basically. So, just as a feedback, basically, I spoke to all the students and parents, and they are giving very excellent feedback. They're very happy with what kind of education Manipal Malaysia is providing there. And some of the students, they are coming for the semester break in next few days time. So the parents said, they wanted to meet me and they wanted to say thanks, Becky, the what kind of satisfaction they have there in the campus, whether it is about education, about the campus life, about the food. So everything has been taken care very well. And anyone who is having this interest of going to the becoming a global doctor, want to go to the US, UK at this point of time. So this is the right platform for you, right college for you, where you can start your start your education in a brand like Manipal Malaysia, and you will be getting all the support for preparing for the USMLE lab. And if everything works fine, Manipal is working to the best ability to get the internship in Malaysia. Then there is no challenge in coming back to the India as well after completing your 5 years degree, and you can do your PG in India as well by clearing the next exam. So whether you study in India or you study in Manipal Malaysia, next exam is for everyone. Everybody need to clear the next exam. Whether you study from MS Ramaiah or you study from KMC Manipal, for practicing in India, next one exam is for each and everybody who want to go for practicing or want to go for the MDMS, right? So definitely, as a feedback from parents, I would like to convey this message to each and everybody. If your score is not that great and you have the limited, you want to go for a good college, you want to go for a good exposure in the international medical college, then Manipal is the best platform for you. So anything else you would love to put, basically the last year application and how we can take it forward?
Absolutely. So basically, thank you, Vikram. I think you summed it up very beautifully. We have close to 100 students from India who are already there, and their experience has been fabulous. We can vouch for it. The entire student life cycle management is taken care by the university. You have faculty who are there. You have, for every 10 students, there's one professor. We have a mentor. We have all the medical facilities available. The hostels are within the campus. The country is very, very beautiful. We have zero tolerance for ragging, zero tolerance for drug use and alcohol. So they're very, very strict. The attendance mandatory is 90%, without which even the president of India cannot help you if you don't have 90% attendance. Very, very strict when it comes to attendance. The quality of life is much, much better and superior. If I have to really look at the exposure that we have. And the pathway is very, very clear. There is no ambiguity in our communications. There is no, changing of fee structure or, asking for more money. It's all paid in equal installments. There is no bulk money that is taken. Taken from the university. We first check the eligibility, only then ask for your payments. So overall, the experience that we've had so far has been brilliant from the Indian perspective, like from Vikram and very clearly mentioned. We can make you speak to parents. You can speak to the professors. There's absolutely complete openness in how we operate this. So it's a great experience. It's an opportunity for you to get best of both worlds. And the last point that I would want to say, I think, which is very critical in today's world, is of course you're a doctor, but then the acceptability of a Manipal degree is far superior when it comes to the medical fraternity as well, because they know how well you've been trained. So when you come back to India or any part of the world, the moment they know that you are a Manipal graduate, the respect that the medical fraternity has is much higher, and the acceptability is very immense when it comes to brand Manipal. And that's what we will maintain with you and your child as well. And the fact remains that we are also one of the fastest growing healthcare provider in India. We already have about 30+ hospitals. We're expanding. We are acquiring a few more hospitals. You will hear very soon that we've acquired another chain of hospitals. So we are expanded big time when it comes to the hospitals or the healthcare sector as well. So Manipal as a brand and the acceptability within the medical fraternity is also very critical, and that helps your glad to get accepted and be supported, and becomes easy for them to go to the next level much easier and faster. I think that's all I have to say, and I would like to take this opportunity to also thank Vikram and the team, Medical Mentor, who have organized this, and it's wonderful to address all of you. And we continue to deliver the best quality of education, best quality of infrastructure, best quality of support system that we have with the brand of Manipal, and of course the backing of Vikram and team from Medical Mentor. He also has a great brand that he carries, and I think the way he's grown into the ecosystem of giving the right advice. Otherwise, I don't think we would have had this session at all. And he does a full proof checking of how we operate and how we do our systems. We promise to deliver the best in our abilities, and we are very glad and happy to partner with Vikram and Medical Mentor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, any parents, any students, those who want to know the further information about this program, basically, about your eligibility, you have any queries, basically, so you can connect with your respective mentor. We have, those who have enrolled with us, basically, they have given a dedicated mentor. And those who are not enrolled with us, there's some other people, those who have joined a webinar, they can also connect with us. So we will give you the complete information about this program, and we will help you with the right from the registration process to the time. We will connect you with the admission team of Manipal Malaysia, and they will take care of each and everything, whether it is registration process or documentation process or visa process, right, or the interview process. So everything will be taken care, and the admission process will be very smooth. So for all the further queries, all the further doubts, you can connect with us from tomorrow onwards. Thank you, sir, for joining this session and enlightening all the students and parents about study MBBS abroad. I hope this session was very helpful for you, and we look forward to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.